All right, y'all, we live. We live. Welcome to another episode of Unlocking Your Legacy, brought to you by what? Uh-oh, now we live. Okay, hey, welcome to another episode of Unlocking Your Legacy, brought to you by Talking Fat, hosted by myself, Keith Robertson, the Fin Coach. So look, guys, over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the different financial tools in which you can utilize, right, to increase the wealth of your own family and be able to move that wealth to the next generation seamlessly. Various types of different insurance policies. Remember that $1 million baby policy we talked about? Remember about the IUL, the infinite banking, the velocity banking? You remember that? We talked about it? The different types of insurance contracts that there were that's out there for you. Talked about living benefits. We talked about a whole lot of different tools, right? So now, as I stated in my post, hopefully you saw it, we're going back to more of the Talking Fat platform, right? This way, I can bring more people on to talk about your area of expertise. Some things that you might want to share. So listen, we're gonna get into this today, and like I stated, it's about cash flow, increasing cash flow for your business. Period. As I go out here and I talk to people, everybody's worried about the economy. How is it going to affect their business? What can they do to be more successful? The bottom line is this: you need more cash flow. But the first thing that I have to talk to you about is mindset. You remember that mindset, tool set, skill set, these assets. Hopefully you caught that episode where I went into that, and I'm getting into that more and more because that is actually the four pillars of 12 Stone Consulting: mindset, tool set, skill set, assets. So mindset, right? What the mindset? Have you made a decision? If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, I want to know: have you made a decision, a conscious decision to be in business? Not a choice, but a decision. I talk to people out there, and I'm amazed sometimes at some of the conversations I have. I've had people to tell me that they didn't need any more customers. I was like, wow, you don't need any more customers, so you don't understand about a mortality rate. People do die. People do relocate, but you don't need any more customers. Wow, that was mind blowing to me. Others didn't see the need for compounding interest. They'd rather get those dollars and put them in a box somewhere. Didn't understand that currency has to move. If currency doesn't move, currency becomes stale, and it loses its momentum. And losing its momentum, it loses its value. So these are the things and what we got to talk about. Now, from time to time, you're going to see me look up because I got some notes, and I want to make sure that I'm conscious of your time. When we look at business mindset, this day and time, right? What is the big buzzword? AI. AI is going to take the jobs. No, I beg to differ. The business owners or the people don't learn to adapt to AI are going to lose the jobs. You're going to lose the customers. We just had an election, and everybody's caught up in that buzz of the election. What is Trump going to do? Biden and Harris leaving the office. What is that going to look like? Okay, get caught up in that smoke screen, but ask yourself this, on your day-to-day grind. Now, you need to be aware of what's going on around you, but your day-to-day grind, what do you need to do to ensure that you're successful? Now, this, again, is for that business owner that wants to increase their bottom line, bring more capital into the business, right? More capital into the business, more capital for your family, a larger legacy that you can leave that can be passed along from generation to generation. We're not talking to the business owner or the person that's out there that says that, hey, yeah, I have X amount of dollars. I'm going to spend this money before I die. I've already given my kids what I'm going to give them. I've given them my education. Wow. This is for the person that truly believes that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. This is for the person that understands that change is constant. This is for the person that understands evolution, right? Nothing stays the same. Everything is always going up. Look at your children now. You guys that have babies, especially grandparents, look at the evolution of the child and what these babies can do now. But look, mindset. Okay, in business, you have to understand what your innovations are, you know, because when you have a business, you're providing a solution to somebody. A person comes to you with a problem. You provide a solution. You know, if you're again, innovation. Innovation is the process of introducing new ideas or methods or devices to create value or improve existing products or services. That's innovation. And I'm going to go into your what, your why, your how. And what is innovation? What are you doing to bring value that's going to improve upon someone else's problem? They're hungry, so you feed them. Okay, great. There's a clogged drain. Okay, you're a plumber. You're solving problems, right? You're a loan officer. You're providing information and loans. You're a realtor. You're providing home searches. You're an attorney. You're providing legal advice. You're a doctor. You're providing medical services. Plainly put, there's someone that has a problem, and those that are in business have to understand they're the ones that provide the solution. Then we have the why. Now this might sound corny to some of you guys, but just rock with me for a moment. What's your superpower? Really, serious, what is your superpower? What is that thing in you that the Most High gave you that only you can complete? That's your purpose. My purpose is my purpose. Your brother's purpose is their purpose. Your mother's purpose is her purpose. But your purpose is your purpose. Only you can complete your purpose. Your purpose only works for you. You're the only one that has the keys to your purpose. And remember what purpose is an acronym. Power, understanding, remembering, planning, overcoming, seeing, and executing. You know, hopefully you guys have been rocking with me for a bit and you've heard that before. But purpose. You know, why does your business exist? Now we're going back again to that why. But that has to do with your purpose. The solutions that your business brings is the purpose. And then we get into the how. And I had to hit these. I'm getting to the money, but I had to hit these. The how. Okay? Now, that's about perception. That's perception. Now, when potential customers go looking for you, and we're talking this day and time, we're not talking, 5-10 years ago. We're talking about now. Because we're in a time of information and people are researching. People research before they do business with you, even word of mouth. But what is the perception of your business? Are you online? Do you have a website? You'd be surprised how many small businesses don't even have a website. How can a person find you to find out that solution that you have? Okay, let's recap real quick, and then we're going to move on. We got the what? That's the innovation. What problem do you solve? What value do you bring? Right? We got the why. That's the purpose, the reason that your business exists. We got the how, and we got the perception. What does a person see when they find your business? Now listen, for every business or every business or every type of product or every type of service, it goes through a process. Okay? The first part, the input is a conversation. Right? You got to have conversations. Because when a person finds you, they're going to call you, they're going to text you, they're going to email you, they're going to come past your establishment so they can have a conversation. That's the first thing. Conversation. That's the input in any business, the conversation. Then we had a process. Well, what does a process look like for every business? or you have the conversation. And when they come in and you begin to engage them, they become a lead. If, get your pens ready, because I'm getting ready to give you a few things. If you get these three things: a name, a phone number, and an email. That's mandatory. If you're in business and you want to be able to get 65% of your business from returning customers, which statistically is where the income for businesses come from. 65% of it is returning customers. You have to have a way. But let me go back in. So conversation becomes a lead. They become customer. After they become a lead, right? They become a customer. But that don't mean they're sold. See, because you're still having conversations with them. They might not buy that day. So you need the phone number, the email, and their name. Those three things. So you can continue that conversation until they actually purchase from you. Then it becomes a sale. Once it becomes a sale, that's the process. Then it moves to the output, which is cash flow. Then you know what you do? You repeat it again. That's right. Conversation. You move them from the conversation to the process. They'll lead all over again. More conversation. Sale, cash flow, output, repeat. Every business. You have to nurture that client. You have to nurture that customer, because once they buy from you, they will return if they remember you. How many out there that especially a loan officer or a realtor, you close a deal and years later you see a person, oh, you remember them as a customer, and they see, oh man, or sister, you know what, I just bought another house, or I just sold my house, or I just did a refi, or I just bought another house. But see, if you would have continued that conversation, you would have been the first one on their mind. So what we have to do in business, we have to increase those conversations. Now let's move on, and this is where we get grooving now. Okay, what does that conversation look like? Well, first of all, you got to understand who is your ideal client that you want to have conversations with. What does that demographic look like? What is the age group? Is it a male? Is it a female? You can go as deep with that as you want to, but you need to know who is your ideal customer, because you have to know who you're talking to. If you don't speak Spanish, you're not going to go after Spanish speaking customers. Right? You need to know who your ideal customer is. And when they find you, what do they see? Because we got to realize that today's time, when people are doing the research, it's like dating online. What does your website look like? What does your website look like? When they go to your website, key number one for your website. If you have a service-oriented business, you should have an offer. If not weekly, at least monthly. And it's the perception of a reduced amount of services cost. A reduced cost for services rendered. I mean, what is it that you can give at a discounted rate on your website? And it should be a pop-up. It should be a pop-up. And what happens when a person goes to your website, that offer should pop up. They want that offer, they got to put their name, their phone number, and email address in there. If nothing else, their name and email. You can do name and email. But I would say to you that you should invest in a way of sending SMS messages. And we're going to get into a moment in the evolution of where that is today. But you should have a pop-up on your website with a monthly offer. Mandatory. And if you're a restaurant, you got to reach out to people on their birthdays and give them something on their birthday for dine-in. If you have a restaurant, because they're not coming by themselves, you're just increasing, right? Because you're having more conversations. You're having additional conversation, generating more business. Now, let's move on. Because look, word of mouth. Had people tell me, I've heard this myself, that I get my business from word of mouth. Okay, you get your business from word of mouth. Now, we already know that if a person has something good to say, they might say something good. But if a person has something bad to say, they're going to say it to multiple people. How can you rely only on this day and time? Word of mouth. Because again, listen now, if that's your business model, cool. I'm not saying that you're wrong. But what we're talking about today is increasing cash flow. How to bring more revenue into the business. You know, you got your friends, you got your family. So what happens when you're in an NFL club? NFL club, what's that, Keith? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. No friends left. You have to have different modes to continue these conversations. Now, let's talk about ways to increase those conversations. Talked about the website, a pop-up, right? But more ways that you can increase conversations on your website. Now we're going into AI. A chat widget. You see them on many websites that come up. How can I help you? You know, they're asking basic questions. And you know, you have some companies that have those on their website. What's up, Kenny? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Peace and blessings. Now, you have some companies that have those little widgets on their website, and you take time and you type a message in, and you wait. Message pops back up. Well, I'll get back with you within 48 hours. That doesn't help you at all, because now you're going on to that next person. You've lost a customer. You have to have the utilization of AI. AI can be programmed now where you can have your most frequent asked questions, right? So a person is see your chat widget, they go on, hey, what's your hours of operation? Are you gluten free? you know, you can have those most frequent asked questions respond, and they can respond. AI can even be programmed to actually have a conversation with that person based upon your experience and your expertise in your business and the questions that you're asked. It understands, certain AI programs understand how to respond to certain questions. Then, of course, here's the one that a lot of my clients use. We have an app. We have the widget that we put on their website, and we have an app that we've created, and they can respond from the app to the person speaking to them on the website. You know, it's stated that 80% of the people would prefer to communicate in text versus a physical phone call now. That's right. People are, texting. You texting. Brother Kenny just texted me. Let me know he's out there. Texting. That's right. But you can have that technology for you to increase what? Conversations. This is what we're talking about, y'all. We talking about them dollars. How to bring more money into your business. More conversations going to bring more dollars into your business. Let's get to the phone. Do you know that companies miss more than half their phone calls that come into the company? Let's go back to the restaurants again. Lunchtime, trying to call. How many times you try to call a restaurant, couldn't get through? Lunchtime, can't get them. I can't get my wings. You lose a customer because they're going to the next person. Or a person that's online, what do? They're shopping on Google. They Google a certain thing that they're trying to get because they have a certain problem, and a list of solutions come up, and you're in that solution, and they call you, and you're on the other line. They move to the next possible solution. But listen, there's a technology called missed call text back. That's right. When you on a call and someone calls your business and you aren't able to pick up, if they're calling from a cell phone, they'll get a text message. Hey, I'm sorry, I see you just called my business. How can I help you? And again, that's another widget that they could be talking to, getting more information. Or you could have someone else chatting with them Answer their question. More conversations, y'all. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Bringing cash flow into your business. More conversations. Let's move on. SMS messages. We just talked about that. So, you have people that want to communicate through text messages. Now, let's move it up a notch. If you have a business and you have the phone number, email, and name of that person, you have the capabilities of sending out mass text messages, right? You can send out your offer, that offer that we talked about a little while ago, to all your customers at one time. One time, and it's personalized specifically for them. Not, hey, customer, hey, Tim, hey, Susan, hey, Bob. No, specifically for that person. No, this is a direct message. We have to use this technology to create more conversations, y'all. More conversations to put into the process, to turn that conversation into a lead, into a customer, into a sale, rinse and repeat. You can also have video messaging for the SMS. Now this is on the that app that I told you guys about. But there's a lot of different technologies and a lot of different ways in which it can be done. I'm not saying you come to us to let us do this for you. I'm just letting you know how to create more conversations, to create more cash flow. You can reach out to all your customers through one voice message, one video message. They even have technology where you can personalize it for each individual, but you only have to make one video. Listen, guys, this is technology that needs to be used, because if you don't use it in your business, someone else will, and they're going to get those conversations, ultimately taking money out of your pocket. Then we got social media. Social media is king. We on social media right now. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. Right now. Couple Facebook pages, to be honest. Right now. That's right, putting this message out there. So there are platforms where you don't have to go to Facebook, do a post, go to LinkedIn, do a post, go to Instagram, do a post, go to Twitter and do a post. No, you don't have to do that. There are platforms now where you can actually, Sunday, you can set your posts up for the week if you want to, day and time you want them to go out for each of those, and it goes out on that day and time. You don't have to do it, because it's about getting more time back. Getting more time back. And again, getting your face out there, getting your business face out there. Because again, like I told you, it's like online dating was in the beginning. People got to be able to find you, to know that you have those solutions for them. You know, you have these customer relationship manager tools. You know, Salesforce is one that's been around forever, you know. Then you got HubSpot, you know, and many others that are out there that enable you to be able to do these mass type of communications, personalized. But then let's talk about this last thing before I go, which is most important. It's your reputation out online. What do your reviews look like? If you have a business, you have to have Google reviews. And across the internet, all the different platforms that have your business information, it needs to have the same information. You know, we talk about search engine optimization. The first thing is to have all the business platforms have the same information, so that when someone is looking for a solution, Google will see that, hey, okay, with this company, you know, they have their phone numbers on Yelp, they have it on this one, they have it on that one communication. That is key. Have it updated. Make sure you have your most recent address, you have your most recent phone numbers up there, you have your most recent pictures up there. Google can also tell if you have dated information on your sites. But when you talk about reviews, you have to have a way of being able to make reviews accessible for your client. There's technology out there again, and different Uh, and I don't want, again, I'm not just trying to make this about what we can do for you. I'm telling you, yes, we can do all this for you and put it all together so it's in one central location. Yes, we can. But it's about you just getting this knowledge. I'm not saying come to us, 12 Stone Consulting, come to 12 Stone Agency, come to Keith Robertson Fan Coach. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you what's out there. Do your research and see what works best for you. But there are ways that you can have everything done in one central location. What we have for our customers, we have the CRM where they can send the emails, they can send the text messages, they can make the telephone calls, they can do all of their marketing, they can have their website there to put all these widgets on their websites. I mean, it's a plethora of things that can be done. But what we do is we teach you how to fish. You know, we're not a marketing company where we're going to sit there and do your post for you, but we'll show you how to do your post more effectively. How to get the job done at a more rapid rate of timing so it's easier for you to get it done. So look, y'all, hopefully you got that. Let me go back on a recap, right? You got to have your mind right in business. Why are you in business? You have to understand your why. Your why, your innovation. What problem does your business solve? Because remember, people are either doing one or two things. They either have a problem, looking for a solution, and then the business has a solution to provide answers to this person with the problem. Because the bottom line is this, right? You're either buying or selling. In everything you do, you're buying or selling. Relationships, you're buying or selling. So you got to know which side of the coin that you're on. So you got to have your mind right. Make a decision. Not a choice to do business, but a decision to do business. Because business is not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It wouldn't be any jobs if owning a company was easy. But this is why you got to understand your why. You got to understand your why. You got to understand your purpose that's in you and your business purpose and how you're helping people. Okay? And then, of course, the how is about the perception. And then we have the process. We have the input, the process, and the output. But the key is more conversations. And how do we have more conversations? By having these improvements done to our website, having the ability to have a conversation with customers via the website without actually having to talk to the customer. The ability to have the missed call text back. The ability to be able to have the SMS messages where you're able to send videos and voice messages to multiple people at one time. Your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google reviews, all of that. Being able to make it more efficient for you, and that way you get your time back. But hey, that's the first pillar of 12 Stone. Next week we're going to talk about the second pillar, which is tool set. That's right. The tools that are used now that you got the cash flow. You have to keep in mind, right? The conversation, and you go through the process to get the sale, to get the cash flow. But then the output, which is the cash flow, goes into a different process. What do you do with the cash flow? This is what we're going to talk about next week. How to multiply your money. But anyway, guys, hey, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to tune in to an episode of Talking PHAT. I'm your host, Keith Robertson, the Fin Coach. Listen, guys, we're talking about unlocking your legacy so you can move that wealth from one generation to the next, but do it efficiently. But listen, let me thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedules to tune in, all you guys that are out there. And hey, Ash, I appreciate you tuning in. Javion, Tanisha, Izzy. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I really do. But listen, I'll see you guys next week where we're going to talk about how to increase the revenue return, the return on interest of your revenue that's coming from that cash flow. But my name is Keith Robertson. I'm the Fin Coach. peace, and blessings. I'll see y'all next week.